right, good morning, everybody, or afternoon now. Welcome to a foggy Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. It's Christmas Eve. Hopefully everyone is enjoying the day. Hope you all got to enjoy the day off today. Gotta play a little Christmas music to start things off, right? Hope you guys are all enjoying the day today. It is foggy. It's pretty humid up here today. It's about 87% on the humidity, about 35, 40 degrees. Should be a 747 coming in on Saturday for the Miami Dolphins. Should be an Atlas Air 747. Don't have a time on that yet, but we'll try to come up here to get that. Probably will not live stream it because we're going to have my in-laws' Christmas party on Saturday, so I'm going to try to get up here just to get the 747, but I'll probably just have to do a regular spotting video for you. It's o'clock before they departed. But hopefully they'll send another one. We'll come up here and get that one. There's the CRJ out of Newark. The American Eagle ERJ is landing right now over there on 24 right. We'll stick with the CRJ. We don't see too many of these up here. We've definitely seen a few more with the holiday travel, but pretty cool to see this one. And mostly for United, we'll mostly get the E175. So to see a CRJ or an ERJ 145 up here in their colors is a little unusual. CRJ into the gate here. Back to see what it looked like. American Eagle taxiing to their gate. And we'll go down there to try to get those. We have the bowl games coming up, so they should get another charter, another heavy charter, so we'll try to go up there to get that. There's the Southwest landing on the left side. But here in Cleveland on Saturday is the Atlas Air 747 400 bringing the Dolphins to town. Looking forward to bringing that one to you. Switching to the sixes. There's a United Express. One of the last aircraft we should have at least for a little bit. That'll be coming in on the 2-4s. A319 for American Air taxiing out to 6 right for departure. Flight 2516 will be heading to Charlotte. Sorry about that. I will say the winglet logo, or the logo on the winglets, isn't as bad on the Airbuses as it is on the Boeings, but you can see with this one, just on the inside of the winglet. It looks like Southwest will get out ahead of American. I see them taxiing over on the main taxiway, so they're going to get ahead of American. I think I'm wondering with departures is how long we'll actually be able to see them before they go into the clouds. Southwest on their way to Baltimore. Before they go into the clouds. Got a low ceiling here today. here today. I haven't checked the numbers yet, but it's probably, I don't know, 1,000 feet, 1,500 maybe. United Express taxiing over to their gate. This aircraft just came in from Washington Dulles Airport that we will be visiting in 2025. Didn't make it down there this year, but we will definitely be making that in 2025. Once we start getting the A&A Star Wars livery again, I want to go down and get that. Got a Learjet lining up for departure. Should be our next outbound flight. Privately owned Learjet. I'm not sure who the company is that owns it. Behind the Learjet should be the Hawker that's owned by SkyQuest. It should be our next departing aircraft. Not sure where this one is going. Change their gate or something. I'm not sure. They're coming over here now, though. I'm sure they did go to the wrong gate. They were probably just sitting over there waiting, but it's kind of funny. I said at the start of the stream that United Express CRJs are pretty rare here. How about that? We had 2 of them. Just touching down. Joe Bob the Badger, he'll probably do okay with the cooler temperatures here today. Together. Here's the other Frontier. Inbound from Fort Lauderdale, one of the day trips I might take this winter. We'll see how money and everything goes. But if the timing of the flights work out, I might take that day trip again. I really enjoyed my day trip I took to Fort Lauderdale last year. Went down in February to get the Frozen livery, and it was just a really, really nice airport to spot at. So we might make that a day trip this year. I'm kind of thinking about maybe going down the weekend of the Fort Lauderdale Air Show, since they'll stage everything for the air show out of FLL, and so we'll get the arrivals and departures. I kind of wish I was down there this week, Frontier. But we'll probably try to make that a day trip next year. Driver of the pretty commonly used for college charters, so I wonder if it has something to do with that. Looking to see where we are as far as inbound flights. The next one that I see is United Airlines flight 1673. There they are. Hey, they are a 737 out of Fort Myers, Florida, about 45 minutes out. So we're going to be focusing mostly on departures here for the next little bit. And the CRJ is pushing back. Looks like we have a Southwest 737 that's popped up as live as well, flight 4753. That will be heading to St. Louis here in a little bit. CRJ should be flight 4656, and they will be heading back to Chicago O'Hare. Got lots of delays today with everything going on with American.
730, clean climb through. Yes, sir, sir.
At 11:86, I was supposed to come in for Tampa. Flight Radar 24 says it diverted to Houston. That seems like some sort of glitch. I'm actually wondering if the Reno Air Retro isn't going to come at all. I know it's still on here, but I wonder if that's not going to come in at all. With everything going on at American, I don't see it on Flight Radar 24. Lakesboro is here, or Blacksboro is here, I apologize. Good morning from Melbourne. 6:32 on Christmas morning. Well, Merry Christmas to you. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you're able to enjoy the day with your family. Hope everyone is able to enjoy a day off with your family, whether you celebrate Christmas or not. I hope it's a wonderful day for you. Happy Hanukkah. I believe Kwanzaa is this time of year as well. So happy holidays, everybody. I know for us, we're going to go over with my family tonight. My grandmother's the one who always holds the glue in the family together. So we'll go over there tonight. And then she's doing it earlier this year. Normally we go to church, then we all go over there, but she's doing it a lot earlier this year. She is getting up there. She's getting close to 90, so probably not quite as easy for her to do church as well. But we'll go over to her house tonight, hang out with the family, and then normally we would do Christmas Day with my wife's family. But there's a lot of babies on their way, and people's got stuff going on, and so we're going to do it this weekend. Like her brother and sister-in-law will be coming out from Pittsburgh this weekend, and so we'll celebrate with them on Saturday. So I really don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Maybe we'll come up and do another live stream. We'll see what the airport looks like. We're definitely on the slow side today with the American grounding that happened this morning, but we'll see how things go for tomorrow. Maybe we'll do another live stream. Back to work Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday we'll celebrate Christmas with the in-laws, and we're going to try to get up here and get the 747 for you. Don't think I'll be able to live stream it this time. I don't know exactly what time we're going to do everything, so probably won't be able to stay up here too long for that. So the next live stream, if we don't do one tomorrow, we're probably looking at Sunday. As the United Express CRJ taxis to the runway, they're probably going to have to wait for the American Eagle ERJ 145 that just pushed back from their gate. They are heading over the 6 right for departure. Concord Township, Ohio. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you for being here. I got busy reading the comments. I forgot I was filming. Alan is here from England. Hope you have a fantastic holiday. And Lucasa, I hope I didn't butcher that, sent a bunch of Christmas emojis. Hope you're all having a happy Christmas Eve or Merry Christmas if you're on the other side of the date line. Here in Ohio, it's about 2:40 on Christmas Eve. All the regional aircraft are heading over to departure. Airblocks is asking what happened with American. Well, they had a ground stop this morning. I think it was due to a technical outage. Someone may have to fill in the blanks on me, but I think it was a technical outage with their network, and they were grounded this morning. They had to basically suspend operations this morning. They are back operating. We had an American take off a little bit ago. A A319 that went to Charlotte that was several hours late, but they are flying now, but their network is pretty disrupted. So all the American flights that we typically would have this afternoon. And then no Aer Lingus tonight. Good news on the Aer Lingus part as the United Express takes off. We got the announcement last week that they will be extending operations next year on 6 flights daily, off of 4 flights daily. And they're also going to go year-round. So glad to see more flights of Aer Lingus next year. Congratulations to Aer Lingus and the airport for securing those extra flights. And Cleveland will be one of the airports that should get the XLR. So we should see more of those here in the future. So even though I missed the one last night, we should see more. But still, I wanted to get the first one. And as you can tell, low ceilings here at Hopkins Airport today. They said they wanted to retire that fleet by 2031, which seems pretty sudden, especially since the MAX 7s are still not certified. But I wonder how much of a reduction we'll see with these airplanes in the next year. I know they retired quite a few of them this year, including the last ones that were still painted in the Canyon Blue livery. Of course, there are only a few that still are in special liveries. I think Florida one, Missouri one, Arizona one. Might be 1 or 2 others, but just about all of them that were on a 700 have been repainted on an 800 or a MAX at this point. I think there are a couple of more that are still out there, but most of them have been repainted. I see Triple Crown 1 was repainted. 717. Usually we see these go to Minneapolis. Today we're going to see one go to Atlanta. I don't know about you, but these are some of my favorite aircraft that are out there. I love the old Mad Dogs. Talking with someone the other day, we were talking about airports, just how things have changed over the years. It's like, man, I just wish I could go back in time to see, the 737 Classics, the 737 Jurassics, the Mad Dogs, the DC-9s, all the old airplanes we used to see, DC-8s, 707s. Of course, the 747s and DC-10s and whatnot. It used to be so common, not just here, but anywhere. Really to the point where I wouldn't really pay that much attention to them. And now if a DC-9 or a 727 or something shows up, or a 737-300, it's really exciting to hit the airport. Slowness that we're having the last half hour or so up here. See that low clouds today, the fog over the airport. on their takeoff roll to Atlanta. I wonder what routes we'll see United deploy those MAX 10s on. If there's any chance that airports like Cleveland might benefit from a transatlantic flight on the 321 XLRs or the MAX 10s, we'll have to wait and see. 717 on their way to Atlanta. A little bit of a steeper takeoff roll than the Southwest just had. Kind of think what a different world it would be if McDonnell Douglas had merged with Boeing instead of Boeing merging with McDonnell Douglas. If we would see a world dominated by DC-9s instead of 737s. Variant landing over there on 6 left. It'll be interesting to see who orders the MAX 10s, who orders the MAX 7s, and will there be any surprise airlines? You know, will there be airlines that may lean more towards the A320, A321neo, or XLR fleet, but due to the backlog may have to look at the Boeing instead because they would get the airplane faster or maybe even get a better deal on it if Boeing offers incentives or that sort of thing. I do feel like the airlines that have the MAX 9 are probably going to be the airlines that will order the MAX 10. United Express heading to Washington Dulles, flight 6207. Whoa, sorry about that. Airplane in the new livery, the 737-700. So they're going to come all the way around and park on this side of Charlie, so we should get some nice shots of that airplane pulling into its gate. Hopefully it comes all the way down, it doesn't go to the end. Got a SkyQuest Hawker, they're about 9 minutes out, should be our next inbound flight. We also have United 1744 out of LAX, that's about 20 minutes out. We got a few more inbound flights coming in. I think the CRJ is going to have to stop. Let the 737 get out of the way. And he did. They're holding for him. Now they're starting to move again. First mainline airplane we've had parked over here in a little bit. Just realized I never put my gloves on. Last time I looked, it was about 88% humidity, and the dew point is probably, I didn't look at the actual number, but it's probably close to a 36 degree maybe, pretty close to the ambient temperature to get the fog that we have today. runway 6 left. This aircraft is inbound from LAX. $737-800. This one is wearing the old livery today. Couple of the other air shows I thought about. The Tinker Air Force Base Air Show in Oklahoma next summer might be a potential one to go to. I know that's where they keep the E3 Sentries, so that might be our best chance to see a B-2 next year. We'll have to kind of wait and see what happens, but I know the planes right now, and Airbus has a big backlog to catch up on because of it. Here's the United 737. Are you a fan of the old livery or the new livery more? I think for me, I'm always a fan of this livery, although it's Continental's livery. And we were a Continental hub for many, many, many years. So seeing this livery just brings back all the memories of seeing the Continental airplanes lined up over here. So I'm a big fan of this livery. I like the gold on the side of it too. I think the gold's a nice pop. That's something I do miss with the Evo Blue livery, although I like the color that they went with. And it's similar enough to this livery, but it's certainly an evolution on it. But I do kind of miss the gold. I think the gold really popped. Some of it too, I think, depends on what kind of airplane it is. I think there are some airplanes where the new livery looks better and some airplanes where the old livery looks a little bit better. I love the old livery on the 737s though. Especially the Max with the kind of the hybrid Dreamliner look too, where it has the gold stripe kind of waves down the side. I think those are really, really nice looking airplanes. And the Dreamliners as well, I think, look better with the old livery. But let me know down below, are you a fan of this livery or are you a fan of the new livery for United Airlines? I feel like I can't ask that question for American because I feel like the answer would be pretty obvious for for which livery people prefer on American, whether it's the old livery or the new livery for American. I would imagine it's probably at least 75% in favor of the old one. But I know a lot of people do like the new United livery. This is a United 1744. They just came in from Los Angeles this afternoon. Look at the windstock. I was hoping that the 6s would be temporary and we would go back to the 2.4s, but I'm not looking very optimistic that that's going to happen today. I think we're going to be on the 6s for, if not the rest of the day, then certainly for a little while. For their college football playoff game, so we'll see what they end up chartering. Blue Jackets are doing a back-to-back in Boston on Friday. So they'll play at home on Friday and then away in Boston on Saturday. So we probably won't get the New Pacific charter this week down there. I still want to get one of those. Blue Jackets, of course, won a big game against Montreal last night. One thing we'll have to keep an eye on as well, next April, the Columbus Crew will be playing Miami here in Cleveland. They moved that game from Crew Stadium or from Lower.com Field in Columbus to the current Brown Stadium. We're going to play that game up here. Big game because Messi plays for Miami. So we'll have to see if we get any cool charter aircraft or something like that for that game. I think the Crew mostly fly on Sun Country. I think that's the charter that they use. So, but we'll keep an eye on that next year, next April, to see if we get any charter flights for the MLS game. We had an amazing year this year with the Eclipse. We had the Final Four. We had some big concerts this year. So we were pretty blessed with events this year. We'll have to wait and see what we get next year. Tomorrow I'll post a Christmas video, which is usually kind of a quick musical look back of some of the aircraft that we got in this year that we were able to film. And then a little closer to New Year's, I'll do a top 20, top 25 video, which won't have music or anything like that on it. It'll just have kind of the original videos from that. So a couple of things to look forward to. You know, what are some of my favorite catches this year? So you guys can let me know down below if you caught any aircraft this year or had anything that happened this year that you're really happy about or proud of. Just looking back at the Eclipse and just everything we had this year, it's a pretty cool year. United flight just came in from Denver. I know for me though, the Omega 707 tanker that flew into Dayton in September is probably my biggest miss. I had some meetings for work. It was right before we did a major transition. We acquired a major company, and there's a lot of stuff that went on with that. And here's Joe Bob. Airbus A321 for Frontier heading out to the runway. They'll be going to Fort Myers. Now I can see the Challenger. Still a lot of equipment over by the FedEx, so I doubt that it's going anywhere. But it is interesting that it just popped up live. Maybe they did some maintenance on it. Frontier on their way to Fort Myers. Lightened up a little bit. I don't know if it was going to come out or not. The skies are kind of lightening up a little bit. Maybe the sun is finally breaking through the clouds and the fog a little bit here this afternoon. We'll take a look at the airport. A little bit more normal looking down there now. Look at all the cars. This is one of the things that will be addressed with the master plan. They want to reroute the airport entrance off of 237, take it over more. I think it's off of 71. That'll give people a little bit more of a road to kind of pull over here, so it's not as congested, which would be a good thing to see, because right now with the let's be a news reporter. I think it's legitimate media going in. Look at his cameras. Hey, Channel 5, just call me. You can use my live stream. Probably going in to check, do a report on traffic today for the holiday travel. But right now with the red lights and everything, they come in off of 237. Here's Frontier taxiing out. It can get pretty bottlenecked off, especially when you're trying to get off of 237. The snow road side isn't quite as bad, but the side coming off of 237, it could actually be pretty dangerous, because traffic will bottleneck out of the airport. It'll bottleneck through the red lights that are coming over, and it'll basically back all the way up to the highway. So if you're not careful when you get off of 480 and 71 and you go off at 237 to come into the airport, you can absolutely run into stop traffic over there. So that's one of the things that they want to address with the master plan. Really probably outside of just modernizing the terminal and everything they want to do, that's probably the biggest thing that needs to happen. The other thing I hope they address is TSA, because there just is not a lot of room down here. If you've ever flown out of Hopkins in the morning, you've probably seen some of the lines for TSA that go out the door, and so hopefully that's something else that can be addressed. Frontier 4001 heading to Austin, Texas, A320neo. The other half they use as a warehouse, and so if you go to the auto show or something, it doesn't have the full footprint anymore, which is definitely disappointing. And I'm going to the auto show the last couple of years, and it's amazing how much smaller it is and how much less crowded it is than what it used to be. Like they used to go in on this side and they use the big parking lot. Now there's just an overflow entrance and you don't really see them ever use it. A lot of history in that building though. They used to build tanks there, they built B-29 fuselages there. And there are several floors to the basement that goes underneath that building. So there certainly is a lot of history over there. American Eagle taxiing over to its gate. Challenger was taxiing, they stopped, they're still over the jets. I think they might be waiting on a baggage train that's over there to get out of their way. It looks like that'll be the next departure. Looks like Charlie 9, I think, for the American Eagle. 6 left. It is unfortunate that the runway switched on us today. When I got up here, we were on the 2-4s. I would have probably gone over to the mountains and stayed over there today for the live stream if I had known that we were going to be using this side. So it'd be a little bit closer to the action, but the nice thing over here is we get the ramp action. They're going to hold the United short of 6 right, so the Brickyard United Express flight is turning onto the runway now. They must have got their wheels up clearance to Newark, so they're going to let them go before United crosses. Actually, the United Express is moving. So this United Express E175 is on its way to Newark this afternoon. So this camera is not a big fan of the low light, and it is a little bit darker than it would have shown up on the stream, but we'll go as long as we can before it gets too dark. I did get the cords and everything so I can hook my Sony up to my laptop, and we should be able to live stream at night going forward here. Once it warms up a little bit. Flight 2226, MAX 9 this afternoon. Express 3608 out of Detroit. It's a CRJ 900. Looks like United is going to go to the other side of Charlie. Right around Charlie 11 or so, or our Max 9 that's here. Charlie 13, I guess. Somewhere over there we won't get a nice view of it. I think it was Charlie 11 now that I think of it. But the Delta Connection CRJ is going around out of Detroit. I hear it, but I can't see it. There he is, way up there. There's the American. And a 747 this weekend. Looking forward to that. This camera starting to struggle with focus a little bit as it gets darker. It does not like to deal with low light. And of course, we are shooting pretty far away. If you're watching earlier today, we were on the 2.4s. We switched to the 6s this afternoon. So the departures and arrivals are a little bit farther away from us. By a little bit, I mean a lot farther away from us. First time in a while though I've been able to see that apartment building in the background, so the fog has kind of moved out a little bit. Looking over to my right though, I still don't see, well, I can kind of see a little bit of downtown Cleveland now. I can at least see the shadows of the buildings. So the fog has lifted a little bit from what it was earlier on today. Delta Connection 3908, the flight that went around, got their clearance to come back in and land. I'm going to try it again. Delta Connection E175, it's over Bravo 2, requesting permission to push back. Getting everything ready for Alaska when that aircraft gets here in a little bit. See, honoring those who serve livery on Alaska Airlines, doing around 5:45 this evening. Looks like Charlie 7, maybe Charlie 9 for the American A319 that's coming in. Looks like Charlie 7. I know it's the way the ramp is set up, but doesn't that United look like, you know, inevitably the Buick driver or the BMW driver who takes that more than one spot in the parking lot? It looks like he's parked almost sideways compared to the American and the other United over there. I know it's the design of the terminal, but it looks a little bit funny. South, you have Southwest, and then the garage kind of cuts over, and then you have more gates off to the left side of the garage. And those gates are for American. So America uses that side, then it kind of wraps around the building. Then you go to the other side of that and you have United. And then on the back side of the garage, the north side of the garage, which kind of sits on top of a lot of these gates in the terminal, kind of between the terminal, you'll have Delta and Alaska on the north side of the garage. So they definitely don't use an American gate for Alaska Airlines, which as a spotter is awesome if you want to see Alaska up close, especially one of their special liveries. You can basically get right on top of Alaska's gate. Like it's closer than what it is here. Here, Alaska will go over here to Charlie 4, which is the closest gate to us. But at Columbus, it's even closer. Like you can pretty much literally look down on it. It's basically about where the road is to us here. But yeah, they definitely don't use an American gate down there. Of course, JFK. On that, I guess you're talking about a Delta concourse, I guess would run across then. I'm trying to visualize this. So I guess like if C's where it's at now, or Charlie's where it's at now, then I'm assuming that there will be a Delta that will run kind of parallel to the garage and then connect with the Echo concourse, which is going to be about where the existing Delta is. I'm just trying to visualize it, but I think that's what it's going to look like. Fully loaded 737 taking the whole runway here. United paying for the whole thing. To get above the terminal? Oh, just above the terminal. Disappearing off into the clouds. Do get the occasional UPS A300, 757, or of course MD-11, which has been, we've gotten pretty much daily MD-11s for the last couple of weeks, which has been pretty cool to see. Frontier rolling out on the runway. Airbus A321neo this afternoon. Frontier typically likes to roll all the way to the end when we're coming in this direction, because when you roll to the end of the runway and turn off, it basically will take it right over to their concourse. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for the day. We did hit 100 likes, so thank you so much for that number. I really appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up for today. We're going to get home and we're going to go over to my grandparents and see my family this evening for Christmas Eve. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a great rest of the night. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Hope you get to spend some time with your family and friends. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button. If you really like the live stream, hit that subscribe button. Thank you all so much for your support. We might do this again tomorrow. We'll see what the weather's like. We'll see what the airport's like. Hopefully it's a little bit busier tomorrow. And if so, maybe we'll come up and do another live stream for you. If not, we'll do one this weekend. We'll get the 747 that's coming in this weekend for you. So thank you all so much for your support. Hope you have a great rest of the night. Have a Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for being here. And we'll see you next time from Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. Have a great night, everybody.